Welcome to another edition of Fentress' Film Session. Today we're going to take a look at new Oregon State starting quarterback Tristan Gebbia. In 4 appearances with 1 start in the Civil War, Gebia completed 63.3% of his passes for 347 yards with 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. He also rushed for 1 touchdown. Gebia is a transfer from Nebraska where he was recruited as a 4-star pro-style quarterback. He had a 5.9 rating by rivals, which means he's perceived to have big-time talent. Let's start with Gebbia's deep ball accuracy. He isn't known as very much of a home run hitter. He hasn't thrown many deep balls while at Oregon State, but let's take a look at one in particular against Oregon. Gebia started this game in place of Jake Luton, and here we are in the second quarter. He's got Trevon Bradford to his left in the slot going against Oregon's premier slot defender, Javon Holland. Bradford is going to beat Holland down the seam. Gebia will look off the safety by pump faking to the right and coming back to the left. However, he is going to underthrow his intended target. You can see right here that both the receiver and the defensive back are slowing down because they know it's going to be a jump ball. This ball only travels about 42 yards in the air. Clearly, we all know he can throw the ball further than that, but this was not a very accurate throw. Had he led his receiver, he might have gotten 50, 60-yard gain or even a touchdown. This is an underthrow. Who knows? Maybe the ball slipped. Maybe his hands were cold. I don't know, but it was definitely not a very accurate pass. So that pass didn't go so well, but there were some very nice throws by Gebia down the sideline. They weren't necessarily deep balls, but they were gorgeous passes nonetheless. All right, we have a simple sideline pass against cover 2. Fleming's going to get rerouted somewhat by Diamonor Lenore, and Gebia is going to have to stick the pass into that hole near the sideline before Nick Pickett can get there and make a play. This is a very nice throw right where only his guy could get it. Pickett nails Fleming's, but he makes the reception. Love that pass. This throw is even better. Sideline pass again. This time the defensive back is chasing the receiver and forcing him to the sideline. But look at that touch right over the head of the defensive back, right into the arms of the receiver who drops it. But man, that was a dime. Okay, now let's look at Gebbia's mobility. No one is going to mistake him for a dual threat quarterback. He's not that. But for a pro-style guy, he can move a little bit. Okay, Oregon State moved Gebia around a lot in the Civil War. This is not a big deal. This is a simple pass play. He's going to boot to his right, throw it into the flat, no big deal. But I show that play only to set up this one early in the season against Cal Poly. Pretty much the same exact play. He's going to boot left this time, look for the guy in the flat. But no, he's covered. Not only that, everyone's covered. No one's open, but he makes the wise decision to not force it anywhere and instead is going to keep the ball and get his butt into the end zone. Look at, he's got a little bit of wheels here, a little bit of quickness, just enough to get by that linebacker for the score. Here we have another play action type pass. He's going to do a half roll to the right, stop, look downfield, nothing's open. He's got a guy in his face. He sidesteps him, sees that there's not a second level defender in his way, so he tucks the ball wisely and runs for a nice chunk of yardage and a first down. This is my favorite play involving his feet, and this one was another boot action. He's not going to run or anything, but he's going to get outside the pocket, plant his feet perfectly, stop, and throw a deep comeback to the sideline. You love to see that from a pro-style quarterback. The aspect of Gebbia's performance during the Civil War that impressed me the most were some of the throws he made over the middle. Now, he was accurate on a lot of short throws. You see a slant here that was dropped. Before that, you saw a flat route. Here's another short out into the flat. You have here a deep out. He throws over the guy's head. Not a good throw, but then he comes back and he threw this perfect out here. And, of course, he had this very nice out against good coverage to the left side. But next to the sideline routes I showed earlier, his best throws came over the middle. Here, Hodgins is going to run a short curl over the middle. Not a big deal here, but got play action fake. Gebbia is going to plant in the pocket and throw the ball over the middle. 3 defenders closing in, stick it right in there so his guy can make the catch and the first down. This next pass is absolute money. So the tight end is flexed out. He's going to run a deep curl and be pretty well covered by the defender that's over him. The initial defender that's over him is going to actually blitz, putting a little bit of pressure on Gebbia. He's going to stay in the pocket, well protected, and he's going to deliver a strike. Now look where he places the ball. The receiver came from his left to right. The DB got positioned to the right side of where Gebbia is looking, and so he throws it to the back side of the receiver so only his guy can make the catch. This is just gorgeous. The presence of mind in the pocket, knowing there's some heat coming, to stick it on the outside where only his guy can get it is just awesome to watch. As good as that throw was, it was nothing compared to this one. This is my favorite play by far from Gebbia in this game. You have a couple of vertical routes, one going a deep cross to try and open up the middle of the field for Hodgins. He's going to run a deep dig. Now right here, he can see that there is a defender in the passing lane, but instead of forcing it straight ahead in that alley, he's going to throw it behind the defender and basically throw Hodgins open. Here's another look from the rear angle. You see the vertical routes, the deep cross, you got play action pass. Here's the defender right in the middle, right in his vision where Hodgins is running the deep crossing route or dig, whatever you want to call it. And so he's going to plant and throw it at an angle behind the defender who's moving, in this case right to left, right into the little window for Hodgins. That is just like, that's straight butter right there. That is a great play by Gebbia. As one might expect for a guy making his first start at the major college level, Gebbia did make some bad reads against Oregon. On this play, we have a couple of curl routes to the right, and the back is going to also swing in that direction, but Gebbia is going to fall a little bit too much in love with the curl to the number one receiver. He is going to get some pressure and some heat, but this is a bad throw. He's going to force it between two defenders. It's almost going to be picked, and look at the back to the right. He is wide open on the swing route. On this next play, the slot receiver is going to run a corner route. The outside receiver is going to run a slant. Gebbia is not going to get any pressure, but he's going to instantly force the deep corner, and it is almost picked. Incomplete pass. This next pass was super dangerous. You see the route pattern there. Oregon is disguising blitz. It looks like all six are coming, but no two are going to drop off. Gebbia, probably feeling like he's going to get some heat, is going to look to throw this slant to the left. However, the backer on that side dropped off right into the passing lane. Gebbia does not see him and throws it right to him. This could have been a pick six. The linebacker doesn't make the play, but that was very much a bad read. My conclusion, well, bottom line is, I like this guy. I think he has a chance to be a really good quarterback. He may not be a superstar, but he is accurate. He is smart. He takes care of the football. He can make every throw except for maybe the vertical deep bomb. We haven't seen that yet, but I'm sure he can hit some of those. They may not be a strong point, but it doesn't matter. If you give him a good, strong running game to work with, he's going to play action people to death. He's going to be accurate on the short passes. He's going to be very nice on the intermediate throws. If I had to compare Gebbia to someone, it would be to former Washington quarterback Jake Browning. They're both about 6'2", 190-ish, very good short to intermediate passers, not necessarily big, deep, blow the top off the defense arms. Browning had a fantastic career as a four-year starter for the Huskies, won the Pac-12 title. His best season came as a sophomore, though, when he was loaded at wide receivers with guys like John Ross. If Oregon State can give Gebbia some playmakers and a good running game, as I said before, he can be a very productive quarterback for the Beavers.